Okay, accountability, let's see, what are we doing now?
Accountability report.
Okay,
So this
great.
is the next piece. Sean Hogan and I are going to share this. So first though, I want to thank the team as they leave, so thank you. So we promised you we would start bringing you some of the data that's all making up the accountability report, and it's all around our student success and access and our major goals. But I wanted to, before I turn this over to Sean, tell you one of the reasons that we're doing this. It was about a year ago that we brought Josh Weiner here from the Aspen Institute to talk about what excellent community colleges do, right? And we gave you all a copy of that book, and this was the framework, which I'm not going to go through because we've talked about it before. And these are the 5 areas that they emphasize as themes that they look at, the Aspen Institute, right? And again, I'm not going to go through all of those, but the one we are going to, I'm going to talk just a moment about is this one, consistent, systematic, and strategic use of data to improve practice. So the Aspen Institute and the major foundations like Gates and Luna and others, and all the emphasis is to use data to drive student success and to drive your other strategic goals. And you're going to see a piece of that in a minute with Sean, but just to show you, this was part of Weiner's presentation to the college a year ago in January, and that theme of consistent, systematic, and strategic use of data to improve practice. And this is one of their criteria that they use to decide on excellence, and that is data are distributed consistently throughout the institution that reflect the focus on student success. Okay. So you'll be seeing more of that. And data to help everyone understand students' long-term success, such as labor market outcomes and post-secondary academic success. Now today, this is what Sean's going to take you through is really the data about enrollment and our market share, which has to do with our second goal, which is all about maximizing educational opportunity. So, Sean?
Yes, thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Hogan.
You have a copy of the accountability report that we offered you last fall. And as we dig into those individual tables, it prompts us to look a little deeper. So, as we do, some of these tables come from the additional research that looking at this prompts. As you're probably aware, our enrollment has been declining since its peak in 2011. We're down about 14% since then. And so the question about market share and maintaining attraction to the community is important. You probably also know that one of the driving factors is unemployment. The vertical blue bars here represent the unemployment in Lake County. And the green horizontal is our enrollment trend in college level courses.
It's amazing how closely it tracks, isn't it?
And the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, and the Federal Reserve are expecting our employment to go further down. Right now it's about 5.2, and by the end of this year it should be between 4.8 and 5.0%. So you see how that tracks with our enrollment. When we look at the community we serve, the blue verticals here represent the 16 and older population of Lake County. You might be used to double-digit population growth if you've lived in Lake County as long as I have. Through the 90s, we were looking at 25% and such population growth, about 10% between 2010. Forecasts now are for low single-digit growth going into the 2020s. So half a percentage point change in our population share brings us down to what you see here, a little over 4%. So in the time that's elapsed between 2011 and now, that's about 39,000 credit hours going along with that. So we need to not look so much at a bigger pie, but a bigger slice of the pie. Coupled with that is what's coming out of our high schools. The blue bars are the size of the senior class in recent years. And as you can see, that too is fairly level. We expect that to stay in the neighborhood of about 9,700 or so students. The green horizontal is our market share. of the high school graduating class, about 19 or 20% in the fall term. So again, with a level population of graduating seniors, that green line is something we have to work on and move up. And as you know, we've been working with high schools, as Dr. Haney referred to earlier tonight. So all said, here's how we stack up against some of our neighbors in terms of taking market share. Of course, our county is a little more better educated than some of our surrounding areas, but as you can see, we are among the lowest in our region in terms of bringing in market share.
Let's see
Webb?
that,
Yeah.
let's see that one again.
He just wants to look at Triton.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He just wants to look at Triton.
We're in the Triton water.
It's a good business
So
program.
good that our students have more variable
Yeah,
backgrounds.
you see that, Provost?
I'm sorry, I was napping there.
Go ahead.
So Dr. Weber has asked us to take a look at what would happen if this fall we fell another 3%, but in 2017, 18, and 19 we would get 3% growth. That would bring us up about 1,200 students. It'll put us back up to about where we were right before the bubble started in 2008. Now, looking at areas of growth, this line shows what's happening for our younger students, 18 to 24, enrollment in online courses. Since about 2008 and 9, that's grown by about a third. So we're at about
Keep in mind that
21,000
that is
credit
while, that of course is why our general trend is going down, right? This has been going up no matter, right?
Wait, so that's Earn Online for 18 to 24-year-old students. That's not our students, that's not Illinois students, or what is that? That's CLC
CLCs.
students?
Online enrollment, credit hours accumulated.
Okay, and so you mean that they're taking CLC online courses? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And more of them are taking CLC online courses.
So this is an area that's growing even while the whole college is declining. Which is
So our younger
interesting.
students are, that's an area of growth.
Well, I don't know if I put it that way. I would say the demand for online classes is growing.
Yeah.
Period.
And I will say, and you've heard me say this before, you know, there is a delicate balance when you're looking at online courses and student success. Because again, students do not perform as well in online education. And we know that. And so we're continuing to look at ways in which we can improve the success rates within those classes, looking at new technologies like offering classes in a synchronous format where students, you get more engagement there. But again, we look at our own data, it's about a 10% difference.
So other opportunities to grow. We have about 450,000 residents of Lake County over the age of 25. And about a third of that population does not have high school diploma. And about half of that population does not have secondary or secondary degree. So we have a market here of about 250,000 people who could use the services that we offer. Also, as we're moving forward, you know about our High School Alliance and some of the work we're doing in building articulation and transfer programs. We have an enrollment management commission looking at students who apply but then do not attend here and trying to convert them into enrolled students. We're studying our students who drop out between the fall and the spring term. We know much more about them, and I know Dr. Payer and Pam's took concerted efforts to try to reach out to those students this winter. And you know, we are in the process of hiring a new vice president and organizing a new unit with my department, IT, and the Public Relations Office to explore our market segments and make ourselves more attractive to those people that we can serve.
Good.
So great. Any questions? But we wanted to give you an overview. That's the kind of data you'll see in the accountability report itself, the compiled report, but we're bringing all the pieces here to kind of get a little feedback from you, shown to you, and then we'll give you the whole. Any other questions?
Yeah, like the online increase in courses. do we know, are students taking one online course, two online courses? Do we know, like, the profile of the online student? Do we know much about who those students are? Is it,
It's a mix. It's a mix.
seen everything?
But you know what, you know,
It's a mix, yeah. Some take one, some take two. So it runs the gamut.
And some are taking online and in person as well.
That's what I mean.
but I'll tell you what, that's a good question, and that's the kind of things we can also segment in the data when we do this report. We can add in kind of the profile. I would be curious to know how many are 3, 6 to 9, 12, I don't know, maybe some are full-time and they top off with an online.
And you can do a complete degree here
Yeah.
online with the exception of speech. We offer that in a hybrid format, so you only have to come to campus a few times.
All right.
But we do have the capability to interact with the students online through whatever else we have, WebEx or.
Yeah.
We use Blackboard Connect.
You could hold an online session with the students.
We're also doing faculty meetings, sometimes we're doing their office hours online and doing those connections as well.
Good.